Welcome, welcome. It's your girl Bob the Healer. Let's get started. Today we're talking chakra healing for each zodiac sign. And before we get into that, make sure you're subscribed, okay? Make sure you signed up for my e-newsletter, honey. Head over to the link in my bio. Click on that link. Just scroll a little down, okay? And put in your email. Make sure you're signed up. You're well informed because where the Heal Our Heart community is going is up to the top, baby, okay? The community is growing and it's growing as I speak. I'm so excited to welcome in new members. And I want to make sure all of you guys are updated and caught up with the material that I have available that is free, okay? Before you book your reading, I want everyone to take the time to educate themselves on me as a spiritual healer, what I can do for you, and, get all this goodness that God has put in me to give to this community. So make sure you're well informed. Sign up for that, e-newsletter and subscribe to this channel if you feel led, okay? Now let's get into the collective message, okay? The solar plexus is the third chakra, right? It's located right above the navel. And I feel like collectively, our society has been going through this shift that has been causing a lot of insecurities in a lot of people, okay? Mainly the root chakra is disengaged, but people's self-will, self-esteem, and self-worth have been at question in the collective. So this message is for everyone, okay? For everybody. Everybody. Okay? Everyone in the collective hasn't been having an honest conversation with thyself. Spirit gonna back me up. The Holy Spirit gonna back me up, honey. Okay. We've been teaching through social media, through society, that standing up for your beliefs is wrong. That when someone disrespects your beliefs or disagrees with your beliefs, it gives them the right to disrespect you. And it doesn't. Okay? We have this culture of bullying on social media. We have this culture of bullying in society. Honey, you didn't choose that career goal. Okay? Your parents bullied you. Society bullied you into your career. Okay? Okay? The news bullied you into your perspective on the jab. Okay? You see where I'm going with this? A lot of us do not have the will, the self-belief. Let's be honest. The courage to stand behind our beliefs. Especially in a time as such. I was saying this the other day. I remember growing up in a time period where sharing your political views was inappropriate. Especially at work. Like, honey, you were not allowed to talk about who you voted for or anything like that. It was like everything was very private when it came to politics, even religion. Now we know everybody's business, honey. There's no boundaries on social media. There's no boundaries in the workplace. There's no boundaries anywhere, to be quite honest. People literally people watch. Come on now. So we've been operating in this collective energy. Are you following me? Make sure you're following me. We've been operating this collective energy of rubbernecking. Okay, everybody's looking over their shoulders, trying to figure out what this person is doing, what this person is doing, honey, being nosy, and it's getting your chakras out of alignment, honey. It's because you lack self-respect. Okay. I'm gonna get into your sign. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna get into your sign, but collectively, we are losing respect for the self. Okay, we're losing respect for boundaries of the self, respect for our own knowledge and our own wisdom. When was the last time you researched somebody else's opinion before you formulated it as your own? And you just went with it? Okay? When was the last time you trust your own intuition over someone else's, over your doctor's? Collectively, we're losing self-respect because we're not following our own beliefs. Instead, we're groupthink. We're agreeing with whatever society is forcing upon the self. There's this need to live up to unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic. Unrealistic. Because the reality is, you don't want to live up to it. And it's when you realize that what you believe and what you desire and what you want is worthy of you, is when you will attract it, honey. Is when you'll go after it. Is when you believe that you have the actual capability to create it. It's when you'll honor yourself enough to show up. And so this lack of self-esteem, this lack of self-worth in the collective is creating a shift, okay? People are starting to look within as they recognize that, okay, intuitively what I feel is not the same as what my peers feel. That's okay. Let me explore this more. And we start to create a word called individuality, uniqueness, authenticity. We start to create a world where no one looks the same. No one's acting the same. People aren't robots. But first we must understand that there needs to be healing. You know, there's this idea that you cannot get help until you realize you need it. It's like you don't believe that you're worthy of help. You don't believe you're worthy of healing. Collectively, we've accepted what has been fed to us. Everyone's in this save it for later mode. I'm going to save it for later, you know. I'll save that project for later. I'll save that goal for later. I'll save those dreams for later. Everything's for later, but now is the time. And we are going to see a collective shift, a jolt of energy, a jolt of expression, a jolt of empowerment, because God is the God of creation, okay? And when we are not creating, we are not operating in the will of God. When we are not expressing our God-given will, our God-given talents, our God-given abilities, there's a sense of respect we lose for ourselves. We lose the respect of God when we do not operate in our highest expression because our lack of will. And we must honor this, and we will see this shift quickly. Mainly because of the disrespect. Honey, now we're getting into some things. Now we're finna shake it up, okay? Now we're seeing in social media, okay? Follow me. In society, this disrespect of self-expression, this disrespect of will, this disrespect of the ego, okay? How you just gonna infringe upon my rights, honey? How you just gonna tell me what I can and cannot say or do? Hello? Talking to you. And so because we have, as a society, lacked the boundaries with our governments, with these companies that govern our rights of self-expression, maybe I'm really her to say that. Okay, we're gonna be seeing an uproar of empowerment. Okay, you call riot, I call it empowerment. Honey, people are getting their voice back. Praise God. People are getting their jazz back. Okay, they're getting their pep and their step. Okay, people are starting to recognize I have something to say on these platforms. I deserve to say it the way I want to say it on these platforms. Hello. And collectively, we will start to see a shift of people waking up to that idea. I have something to say. I'm here on these platforms, and you can't control how I say it. Okay? And I shouldn't have to pay a premium price to edit my words, Twitter, X, whatever you call it. All right. So that social reform is going to be a social revolution. Bob Hiller said it, okay? It's going to be a social revolution of people feeling empowered to speak up for their beliefs, for their own self-respects and their boundaries. You know, because Mark Zuckerberg then took everybody's boundaries away. There's no boundaries on social media. There's no boundaries in society, okay? It's not just women's rights, it's everyone's rights that are being infringed upon as I speak, okay? And people are going to start recognizing this, and it's going to start leveling with their self-worth. It's a solar plexus healing. Yes, a third chakra healing for the collective, where people will be finding their voice, especially Americans, but internationally it will be all over social media. People are going to be protesting, speaking up about freedom of speech. And it's a beautiful thing, honestly. We're also going to be seeing a shift in how people communicate their perspectives on social media, okay, and create content Content is not just going to be on social media, and I need to express this extremely. We have seen the height of social media. Now we are seeing the decline. I have been saying this for years, but now it has come. Creativity does not just exist on social media. It is a vehicle. I'll say that again. Creativity doesn't just exist on social media. It is a vehicle of creativity, but it is not the only forum. Okay? People can't collaborate well on social media. The only thing you can do is tag a person. Okay? But you got to get in person to get personal. You feel me? And so collaboration, how people collaborate, how people create is going to be revolutionized. It's going to be revolutionized, honey. Yes. Okay? Brainstorming sessions are coming back. In-person meetings are coming back, honey. Okay? Even if you're on Zoom, it's just like grabbing a sketch pad, a pen and pad, writing things out, physical forms of things. Collaboration is going to be a major theme in the higher timelines, and people waking up to their creativity, their abilities, not needing to copy. Honey, we're going to see people who have been copying and the people who are authentic for the next 40 plus years, right? Whenever you're watching this video, it's happening. The shift is happening. It's already here, but these are just preferences for those who haven't caught up to the wave, honey. Make sure you book your reading. So we're seeing this shift, people transitioning, finding their will. Okay, we started off with not knowing how to create. Now we're creating from authentic space. Okay, and when we create with God. So that lies, truth, honesty, realness. You can't show up fake with God, honey. And so the collective is learning that, I can't get by copying anymore. I have to be myself. You see, I have to be myself. I have to believe in my own abilities. I have to believe in my own creations in order to create something divine. I have to respect my art. You see, these creatives are out here creating things they don't respect, that don't have longevity, okay, that are not impactful, that aren't saying anything. And we're going to see this shift. Did Bob not say it? Now people feel like they got something to say. We're going to start seeing the real creators stand up. Hello. We're going to start seeing people who have real things to say actually create influence offline and online, okay? And social media will no longer just be that main vehicle of collaboration and connection. It will be an afterthought, okay? It will be an expression of the physical manifestation of it, okay? So people are going to be coming together, collaborating in life, in person, and then you're going to see the proof on social media. All right, so a lot of people are not going to be running to social media for collaborations and partnerships and things as such. No, it's going to be more authentic, more original, organic, more community-based. So focus on connecting with people in real life in areas that are authentic to you. Okay, we're going to be seeing people come together in churches and service, okay, in rallies. Like I said, rallying together for different causes, political views, that's just like the bottom line of things, right? Politics is always going to be there, but it's higher than that. It's more of a consciousness effort to wake up to what we really are inside. Who are you, collective? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to show up in this world as? And not who have people told you to be. The dismantling of the systematic oppressive belief is happening before our eyes. And for some, we will see this shift and it will start to make people feel insecure and unworthy of what they really desire and what they really believe. And that insecurity is just an opportunity to build up your self-confidence, to build up self-respect, to build up self-worth. Okay? All right, let's hop in to Aquarius. Aquarius. Happy birthday, my loves. I want you to understand this chakra healing is happening during Aquarius season because it's meant for you to tap into some chakra healing. For your sign, I'm feeling the heart chakra is the main focal point for you. Yes, and it's self-acceptance that you are struggling with, Aquarius. And I know you're over here struggling to even accept that I just said that. You're like, no, what do you mean by that? But slow down, Aquarius. A lot of what other people don't accept about you, you hide. Yes, you hide from it. And you wait for other people to get on the bandwagon before you admire it within yourself. It's like, oh, you like that? Okay, cool. I like it now too. But before it's like, I'm weird. I do weird stuff. Instead of being like, I'm cool. I do cool stuff that takes a minute for people to catch on. And that's what's happening is during your time, it's your time to shine. Okay? People want something different. They're calling for something new. And because of that, it's calling for a new you. It's calling for a shift in you. Pay attention to your body and what it really needs as far as self-love. Aquarius, you've been depriving yourself of love. Okay, you've been giving to other people more than you've been giving to yourself. And it's because you're not feeling your emotions. You have a deficient heart chakra. Yes, and here's how you'll know, Aquarius. If you've been having heart problems, if you've been having high blood pressure, honey, if you've been having breathing issues, heart chakra. And in order to heal those physical symptoms, you got to get to the root of the spiritual problem. And it's that you are lacking self-love. It's that simple. I know it's crazy. It's like, what? I spent a hospital bill just to hear that? Honey, book a reading and we can get into the details of some real exercises. I'm telling you. Click on the link. But for you, in simple terms, because I'm reading for all the Aquariuses, okay? Not just you. You need to have a more balanced relationship with love. Ask yourself this question, Aquarius. Could I be more balanced right now? And whatever that means to you, however that shows up, write that down. Okay? And that's what you need to do to heal yourself. If you're like, yeah, I could be more balanced. Maybe I could change my diet a little bit better. Maybe I've been eating out too much. Okay, maybe I've been eating too much fast food. Maybe I've been eating out of my diet. Okay, or maybe I've been doing too much with my diet. And, I could be a little bit more balanced. Either you're over or you're under. You're not balanced, though. And in order to get into a balanced space, I need you to honor your body, Aquarius. Honor your body. Aquarius. Honor your body, Aquarius. What does that look like for you? And if you're unsure, that's where you need to start. There's something that's going on that's causing you to be deficient. There's something that's going on that's causing you to be confused in the heart space. It's lack of self-acceptance. Did I not say that? You're not accepting yourself for who you are. You're not approving who you are. Some way it's showing up in your life. You need to figure that out. That's not my job, it's yours. And if you want to make it my job, click the link in my bio. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Before I move on, Aquarius, one last thing. Your body is asking for things, okay? Your body may be asking for water when you're dehydrated. Your body may be asking for sleep when you're tired. Your body is asking for you to slow down, Aquarius. That's exactly what it is. Your body is asking for you to slow down. You're rushing. You're rushing through life. You're rushing through love. You're rushing through your relationships. You're rushing through accepting yourself. It's like, I'm going through this time right now and I just don't want to accept myself, but I'm going to accept myself in the future. Once I'm over this, I'll be okay. But I'll be knowing. So you need to slow down. Take the time to heal your heart because you're deficient there, okay? And if you want, because one of y'all, I know y'all do, you need a reading, you want a reading, click the link in my bio. All right, we're moving on. Pisces. 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 Praise God. Praise God that you don't know what you're doing and God does. Okay? Praise God that, you just be la 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 up here all the time, that God can stop in and intervene. Okay? And you need to honor that. You need to honor that you are a child of God. You need to honor that God is always going to be in it. No matter what problem that you got up in your head, lurking around, no matter what the enemy could possibly do to you, God is in it. And you just need to remember that. God is in it. Oh, but wait till God. God's on his way. Okay? Wait till God show up. Wait till my God shows up to the situation. And then you'll see. And God always shows up, right? And you need to make a list all the times that God has shown up. Because right now, your seventh chakra, your crown chakra, your connection to your oneness, your connection to your ability to be a child of the high, the most high, the divine, the one and only God, okay? The Savior is dwindling. Okay, you don't believe that you're connected. Don't talk to me. Talk to God, honey. Don't talk to Bob the Healer. Talk to God, because Bob be talking to God. And God is saying you ain't been talking to him. And that's the problem. Your trust and faith in the higher power is dwindling. And I know everything gonna be all right. But do you know, Pisces? Do you know, Pisces? I don't think you do. I think you're struggling to connect with your intuition and your oneness and your divinity. Some of y'all don't believe in the Holy Trinity, and I would really recommend tapping in with the Holy Trinity, because it's amazing, okay? It's amazing knowing that the physical representation is an example of how to live your life, and the Holy Spirit being the spirit that just moves through the room for you, honey. Holy Spirit can go in places you can't, Pisces. The Holy Spirit can go in places you can't, Pisces. And God sees and has a purpose for your life, Pisces. And when you tap into that, you will get the guidance that you need. And, you know, Pisces, tap in with your girl if you need some extra reading love, okay? I'm really working on a month-to-month reading plan for my loyal, devoted community. And, you know, it's coming soon. I'm working on it. Pray for your girl, okay? It's coming together. It's coming together. All right, so you're not honoring the divinity within you enough, and that's the problem. Your crown chakra is deficient. Some of you are excessive, and that's why you're running around all over the place, don't know where you're going, thinking you know what you're doing, but you don't. Here's the question, Pisces. You are constantly being bombarded with this ideal. Do you believe that anything is possible? Or do you believe that you can only make the impossible? Because when you can't make the possible happen, that's when God shows up. Dun, 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 dun. That's when the trumpets blow. That's when God shows up. That's called divine intervention, honey. That's called, oops, you thought you knew, and then big God showed up, okay? And so, Pisces, you're struggling with your faith. You're struggling with surrender, some of you. And some of you are struggling with direction. But either way, God has protection all over your divine blessing. And that is going to open in his grace to come in your place. Hello. Don't mistake it. Make sure you share and subscribe. Okay, honey? Share and subscribe. Share and subscribe. Yes. All right, moving on. Who's next? Who's next? We did Aquarius, Pisces. We are on Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. Aries, you need some healing work, honey. Some of y'all been drinking too much. Some of y'all ain't been drinking enough. Okay? Water, that is. You need to get you some water and stop thinking about drinking alcohol. Aries. Yeah, I know. Bobby knowing. Aries, you're struggling with lying. You're struggling with lying. And some of y'all are struggling with being honest and forthcoming in a loving way. So instead of speaking your love and your truth, you are saying things that are rejecting and hostile. Or you are, because I'm reading for a bunch of different Aries here now. Okay. You're not telling your truth and you're letting others believe a lie. It's like, you know what? I'm not speaking up. I let people believe what they want to believe. Now, Aries, I didn't know you'd be no coward now. And what's happening, Aries, is you're blocking your throat chakra. So it's happening. Your throat chakra is blocked. And you'll notice if you ain't been singing, your singing voice is getting a little parched. Okay? It's giving blockage. You'll notice if you've been holding back your emotions, you've been swallowing your pride, you've been swallowing how you feel, Some of you just been spilling it out so much that it's harsh. It's making your throat hurt, honey. You having a hoarse voice. You can barely, you're having oral issues with your throat, issues with your tongue, issues with your teeth, cavities and stuff. That's because you're speaking poison, honey. Somewhere in your upbringing, Aries, you did not learn how to communicate your truth without being disrespectful. And then what happened is you grew up and you thought it was okay to continue that way. You thought that meant you were being a boss. No, you're interrupting people and it's rude. No, you don't know how to network. You're always hogging the conversation. So what's happening, Aries, is you have an excessive throat chakra. It's out of balance. You got to work on listening, okay? And some of you who are deficient, you swing back and forth. You go from excessive to deficient, excessive to deficient. Either you don't talk at all, and then you block your throat chakra from speaking up your truth. When reality is you need to learn balance, right? Flow. You drink more water, you getting flow. Channeling y'all, I swear. You get in flow, you see? And you start to work with the rhythm of your energy. And as these emotions come up, you take the time to process them in the heart chakra so that the time that they reach the throat chakra, you're clear on how to say it in a loving way. But like I said, it's in the root. It starts off in the early childhood when we learn these communication skills. And it's like, by the time it's gotten up here, it's just like, however it came is how it came. So you need to take the time in the heart chakra, Aries, before you're communicating. Now, if you are deficient, take the time to be loving to thyself, right? Knowing that your truth is deserving to be expressed, however difficult it may be to the receiving party. Knowing that you have your own personal power that backs your truth, Aries. And positively uplifting people even when you speak your truth. You can speak your truth and still be motivating, even to someone when you're saying something conflicting or something that may not agree with their beliefs. Ooh, y'all, I'm working. You see the blockages? That's what happens. You start stuttering. You can't communicate clearly. And it's, if you're not careful, you can mislead people with a blockage of a throat chakra. You can mislead people to believe that you're meaning something that you don't actually mean. Didn't I say that at the beginning, Aries? And it comes out as a lie. It's like, I didn't really mean to say that, but it just came out. That happened for you, Aries? So there's a lot of blockages. Ooh, that was hard to get through. Let's go ahead and move on. And if you want to book a reading, you know what to do, honey. Subscribe as well. Taurus, your sacral chakra is out of alignment. And you'll know if you're not feeling the drive to create. If your sex drive is out of alignment, okay? Either you're too open, if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying, or you're too blocked. Either it's nice and creamy, or it's dried up, honey. You get what I'm saying? Either you're riled up or you're limped out, honey. The point is, your creativity is lacking, and therefore it's directly linked to your sexual drive, and that has become a problem for you Your ability to manifest what you want to create in your life has become a problem for you. Mainly resources, but not even resources. Some of my Tauruses are balling. You actually got your money right. Problem is you're not making money in the places you want to make money. Okay? You're not making money off your creative talents, and that's what you really want. Bobby knowing. That's what you really want. You really want to make money off your creative talents, but you are not open to receive. You don't believe you're deserving. You don't believe that your hard work, your creative talents, and your abilities will make and generate money. Yes, you do. Don't tell me I'm lying. Bobby knowing. Just wait on it. Wait for the read, honey. If you've been sacrificing your time to create, to go work that steady job, you don't believe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you've been lacking the positive attitude while you're creating, you don't believe. If you've been finding reasons why other people would not agree with your art or understand your expression, you don't believe. And really, Taurus, what we need to do to heal this is to continue to create and to believe. It's that simple. You'll start to notice that sex drive come back. You'll start to notice the well getting some water. I mean, you'll start to see that erectile dysfunction clear up. You'll start to see that them skin issues clear up. And it's because you're glowing again. It's because of your attraction for the self is heightened. Okay? We're not even going to get into your body dysmorphia. We're not even going to get into that. We're not going to get into your self-esteem issues. What we will get into is the fact that it is directly linked to your creativity. And so we need to do some mirror mantras to build up that self-esteem. We need to be speaking life into the yoni, into the, okay? Speak to the mic, okay? Speak life into your sexual organs. Speak life into yourself when you look into the mirror. Find yourself attractive. Find the things you create creative. Okay? If you are creating things that you don't stand behind, stop creating them. I said, if you don't believe in the things that you're creating, stop creating those things. That simple. And only move from a place of creation, Taurus. You know, I want you to get back into the mood of doing things, you know, writing, singing, directing, creating, designing, but I want it to be authentic. I don't want it to feel forced, right? Okay. Gemini. Gemini. People have been making you feel stagnant, honey. Making you feel like you got to make a choice and you don't want to make a choice, okay? I was watching Will Smith's video and he it was like the red pill versus the blue pill, and he just took both pills. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize you could do both. And that's the message for you, Gemini, is you can do both. You can do both, Gemini. You can have both. Now, some of y'all want a relationship and both partners. Maybe you could talk to the person and have an open relationship. Maybe they will be open to that. But the thing is, give people the choice, Gemini, all right? But for you, choices give you anxiety, and I see why. Because choice requires you to have freedom and free will, and you're not used to that willingly. Yes, when given the choice as a child, you weren't. That's it. You weren't. And so now as an adult, you have to own and accept this energy and accept your expression of your choice, however it may turn out. And you can't escape it by mind games. Oh, I'll come back to this later. Well, I'll just fast forward through this decision. No, the choice will continue to come back up in your life somehow, some way. Divine gives us all free will. And a part of that is beautiful. Part of that is God's love for us, is to give us free will. All right. And so if you are struggling to give others in your life free will, it's because you lack your own free will. Somebody's spying on me. Somebody's spying on you, girl. You get to choose how you respond to these situations that are coming up into your life, Gemini. Nobody else gets to respond that way. Just you. If you want to, you can ignore the options and then they'll come back around. And then you'll still have to, it'll be a continuous cycle. You see where I'm going with this? Somewhere in your life that is a pattern where you avoid making a choice or you inflict on other people's choices. And it's only when you accept that there is beauty in choice, there's freedom in choice, and you, because here's the thing, Gemini, you like choice when it's rebellion. It's like, ooh, when no one gives you a choice, then you making another choice available. But when you're given a choice freely, it's the free part. It's the free thing. You ain't never had it free. Gemini, you always had to pay for things. Okay, you always had to manipulate, get your gift to gab. You had to convince people of things. Okay, you don't know how to just walk in and see. I done hung out with a few Geminis, and as a Leo, I'm used to getting nice things for free, honey. I'm used to getting things for being pretty, for just looking good. Okay, Gemini is used to like having to swindle their way to the front of something, communicate, talk their way into things. They're not used to just getting things for free. Here, God is giving you a free choice, giving you freedom. Okay, a free choice. Whether that's a free choice in your career, whether that's a choice in your love life, whether that's a choice in how you show up for yourself, honey. You are just like, I don't want to choose. I'm just going to avoid choosing. I'm not going to choose me and I'm not going to choose you, but I'm just not going to choose. And those are the mind games that you're playing tricks on yourself, because no one's convinced but you, Gemini. No one's convinced but you that things are not going to work out in your favor if you just make a choice that's beneficial for you. But that's the thing, Gemini. You really don't know what is beneficial for you. That's why you ain't made the choice. Bobby knowing. But now it's your choice to choose, and to choose wisely. And my advice for you is to work on your solar plexus. Okay, work on your self-will, your self-belief, your self-acceptance, because when you do, then you'll be able to make choices from that place of confidence, okay, and not a place of a shattered ego. A shattered ego, Gemini. Your ego may be shattered, Gemini, because, people are not believing in the mind games anymore. They're not doing the mind games anymore. They're not, okay, you got all this information, but you're not convincing people anymore. Now you have to make some decisions, Gemini. All right. Let's go ahead and move on up to Cancer. Cancers, my Cancers, my Cancers. Cancers, I feel like there's a few messages I'm getting for you. I think you're struggling with your discernment right now, Cancers. And that's your third eye. You have a third eye blockage. You're not seeing things clearly in your life, in your career, and especially in your love life. Okay? You're not seeing things clearly. Okay? Your wisdom is shattered right now. Your trust and faith in God and your ability to walk in your discernment is unclear. And it's mainly because you've been a little selfish. You've been self-focused. You haven't been recognizing that your life has a connection to God's overall plan, but it does not just mean your life. Okay? I'm feeling a blockage to the third eye and the blockage to the heart chakra. Okay? You are struggling with your aura. Your aura has been a little damp recently. Your concentration has been a little damp recently. I'm also feeling like some of you have Virgo placements or Earth sign placements, maybe Taurus as well, or Gemini. So I'm feeling different energies. But someone's cross-watching for a Cancer as well. Okay, you watching for a Cancer, honey. You got a little Cancer boo thing, or you got Cancer placements or something like that. Anyways, the heart chakra, Cancer. This is really your message right here. Heart chakra. You aren't radiating that nurturing energy like you usually do, like you know to do. It's because you're not nurturing yourself. You're not respecting the relationship with yourself. You haven't been opening, coming out your shell recently. You've been hiding in the house, hiding in your shell, even around people. You haven't been expressing your emotions. You haven't been sharing what you're going through. You haven't been sharing on social media, really. You've kind of been like tucked out in the corner, honey, watching everything go down, but you're kind of like quiet about things. You're disconnected, but you're still connected, you know? Popping out the shell, like, what's happening? Oh, okay, it's not safe. Let me go back in. Let me go back in. See, that's what we need, Cancer, from you. We need a smile from you. We need that aura from you, that energy from you that gets the people going. You just, no one understands how you're feeling. And if you need to cry, Cancer, cry. But Cancer, what you're dealing with is anxiety, and it's affecting your heart. Okay, you might be having like chest problems, sharpness in the chest. Okay, especially at night. Could be dealing with a sore throat. But you need to open your heart. Smile more. Okay, and offer support to yourself, because it seems like some of my Cancers are walking around giving everyone love and support and nourishment, but you're not giving it to yourself. And it's affecting your aura, and it's affecting your radiation. Okay, it's affecting your smile, your everyday vibe. So that it's creating a deficient heart chakra, a low vibration for you. All right, Cancers. So we're working on our heart chakra by nourishing ourselves, feeding ourselves good food, cooking for us a good meal. Cancer, I know you know how to cook. Now, Cancer, I know you know how to cook. I know you know a little scratch, a little something, a little something. Okay. And so in order to truly show up for yourself right now, check your diet. Check the meals you're cooking. Are you cooking with love? Baby, are you cooking with love or are you cooking with hate? Okay, is your food coming out looking like it? You hate you? A little burnt? A little overdone? Listen, I don't judge. But your heart can tell, okay? Put your heart in it. If your heart is not in it, you're not in it, Cancer. That includes your relationships. If you're in a relationship with someone and your heart is not invested in them, you need to abandon the relationship quickly, okay? Because it's affecting your energy levels. That person is draining you, okay? They're siphoning your energy from you. And you're not recognizing it because you're like in it. Make your home a warm place, Cancer. If your home is not radiating with love and abundance, it's not energizing you. And for a Cancer, that's extremely important. Your home is a place, is your shell. It's your protection, okay? From everything that's happening around you. You're a sensitive sponge. You receive everything and then you come home and you release. If there's no place for you to release in your home, that home may not have the safety in it that you need to heal and to feel. You feel me? Okay. Leos, that brings me right into Leos. Leos, you are working on your peace right now. Peace in your environment, peace within yourself. Peace in how you show up in your day. Peace in how you get ready, honey. Get ready with peace, Leos. You know, because Leos, I feel like you always got a drama going on. Especially my Leo moons, honey. Y'all always got a sitcom going on, a drama, a TV show that's playing out in your life, honey. You need some peace and quiet. And Leos, your heart chakra is excessive. Okay? Cancers are deficient, you're excessive. All right? You're overly loving, overly giving, overly showering people with affection, and you're lacking the boundaries to really see, I'm doing too much. You know, Leos, you could do too much with the love that you give. And in order not to do too much, you got to give some of that love back to yourself. Now, Leos, don't get mad at me for saying you're doing too much, because you're never doing too much. You get what I'm saying? I'm a Leo, okay? I'm talking to myself right now. But when you recognize that the love you're giving to other people, they can't reciprocate back, you're doing too much. You need to calm it down. Learn to be loving in your interactions in a calm way. Loving yourself in a peaceful way. Okay, Leos, don't wait until life gets chaotic to step into your self-care routine. I said, don't wait until life gets dramatically chaotic for you to nourish yourself. The time is now to invite peace into your environment, to close the door, to block out chaos. Leos, we have to block out chaos from reaching your environment, whether that's spiritually. No longer can you have chaos in your aura. You need to pull the chaos out of your mind, Leos. Pull the chaos out of your thinking, out of your belief system, out of your emotions. There's so many chaotic emotions, Leos, that are in the heart chakra, and it's creating an excess. It's creating a blockage. Excuse me. And once you remove this blockage, you can create this sense of calmness and trust within yourself. And you can come back feeling refreshed, honey. Now that you've been surrounding yourself with peace and stillness, you can hear from spirit. So Leos, in order to unblock that excessive heart chakra, we're going to work on meditation. We're going to work on stillness and removing the chaos in our aura field and our emotions. Wherever there is chaos, we are removing. And I don't want you to ignore it. I want you to focus on it long enough to where it no longer blocks you. Okay? In meditation, you can observe the emotion and the situations around the emotions without feeling like you have to do anything physical. And that's the thing, Leo. You lack trust. You lack trust that everything is going to be all right. So you obsessively worry about things, which tends to block your heart chakra. And then God can't get in when you have this heavy, weighed down heart. Let peace in. Peace will shine through any darkness like a ray of light. It will. And it will clear out the stagnancy, allowing for stillness. Stagnancy and stillness are not the same, Leo. They're not the same. Stagnancy is you're trying to go somewhere, but you're not going anywhere. Nothing's happening. Stillness is you want to go somewhere, but you're surrendering to the moment. You're okay with either way. Baby, you got to be okay with either way. And so, Leo, once you release, trust, and invite peace into your heart and into your space and your aura, I want to reiterate that because wherever you go, Leo, is your space. Wherever you go is your space. Invite peace into it. Peace and blessings, Leo. Virgo. 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 Your discernment is off, honey. Your discernment is off, honey. Your wisdom is actually rooted in fear. Your third eye has been blocked. Somebody could be seeing you evil eye, Virgo, honestly. But your third eye has been blocked, okay? And it's mainly because you're getting all these outside influences on you. They're attacked. That's what I'm saying. You can have a third. You need to clear your aura, clear your space, honey. Okay, get you some crystals, honey. Clear it out, honey. You know, there could be a lot of dark energy around you, Virgo. And once you've cleared out that environment, cleared out that energy, you start to feel a lot clearer with the messages you're getting. Some of my psychics I'm talking to. Also, you could be in a position of leadership, teaching. You could be a teacher. You could be offering people wisdom and guidance. They're coming to you and you're struggling with communicating that wisdom. Like it's not a throat chakra blockage. It's an intuition blockage. It's like you know how to teach, you know how to communicate, but you're not pulling it from source. Some of y'all operating in the 5D, in the dark dimension, without the grace of God, and that's all I'm gonna say. Cat Williams, be careful. Okay, some of you guys are pulling on some things, and it's not coming from God. That's why you're not getting the wisdom and discernment. And some of you are just giving advice from your trauma bonds, your past experiences that are traumatic. And it's like, okay, well, did God tell you to give them that advice? Because what you did and what they do may not be the same. You're not listening, Virgo. You got to take your time with this. When God puts you in a position of teaching, you got to take your time so that you can hear spirit. And for those of you who are not teaching, but you're just getting in a leadership position, Virgo, you're getting into a leadership position. And in order to prepare you for that time, you need to tap into your wisdom and listen to your books. Listen to the format of things. Listen to, you know, some of you are writing a book, some of you are creating a lesson plan, or you're getting ready to teach information. And use your discernment. You could also be a student. You could be learning. You just use your discernment, honey. And offer God a place in your mind. A seat within your thoughts. Okay, let God observe your thoughts. Because I feel like when we let God observe our thoughts, we're less critical. Okay, and we're less, well, for some of y'all, we're less demanding. We're more honest with ourselves. We're less, demonic. Oof. You got some demonic thoughts going on up there, Virgo. So I'm saying you need to get some protection going on with that third eye, because it's creating blockages within your crown. It's even getting to your crown chakra, honey. You know, your scalp dry. You noticing some things going on with your hair loss. I mean, it's getting to your crown. You're not connecting with spirit. So connect with spirit, okay? I'm getting about this energy. All right. Libra. Libra. Your diet is a mess right now. You're eating sweets. You're eating things that are not balancing your diet. Your stomach. Oh my goodness. Your stomach is all over the place. Your digestion. You're having digestion issues. Ooh. And it's because you're overdoing it. You're overworking and you're excessive right now. You're excessively eating sweets. You're excessively eating things like high cornstarch foods, things with a lot of sugar. Your sacral chakra is out of balance. Some of y'all are like celibate right now, so you know the sugars is helping the celibacy. The sugars is helping the sex drive, okay, honey? Some of you are having cravings because you're pregnant, or you just had a baby and you're like still going through the releasing of the hormones. Others of you, you're like creating something. And so you're in this sense of like overdrive. And right now, Libras, you need to take care of your well-being. You need to honor and respect your body and what you put into your body, how you feed your body, how you nurture your body, how you care for your body. And make time for rest, okay? Make time for stillness so that you can feel your body and how your body is reacting to the things you're putting into it and the things you're doing with it. Some of y'all are doing a little too much sexual foreplay. Okay, you're having a little too much sex. Sex is in overdrive, and we know Libras are the love makers, honey. Libras are the love makers, baby makers, okay? And you're doing a little too much. You need to take a break. You and your partner need to take a chill pill. And redirect that energy from sex to working out. Yes, honey. Repurpose that energy, because some of y'all are, like I said, you're excessive. You eating a little too much. You done gained too much weight from all them sugars and them high processed foods. You now need to do some squats, honey. Do some sit-ups. Do some push-ups, okay? Yeah, do some push-ups, honey. Libra, don't make me have to tell you you're getting fat now. I love you, and I know you're sensitive to criticism of your physical features. So get it together. Let me speak my truth, okay? I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to heal you. And you're not looking out for your well-being, and Bob wants to let you know that. Bob the Healer is here to let you know that. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio. You are struggling. You need to go back and watch that collective reading. That's what you need to do, Scorpios. Go back and watch that collective reading. Go click on that link and go watch that collective reading once this is saved, honey. Okay, but Scorpio, you're struggling with your connection to divinity, but in the way you create. You haven't accepted that you are a child of God and that everything you create comes from God. Okay? Some of you are struggling with conception of a child, or, you know, you're struggling with your relationship with your child. And it's because you are struggling with your relationship as a child of God. Ooh, I'm getting there, honey. I'm getting there. Bob is getting there. Yes. You're not brave enough to allow God to do God's thing. You always think that God needs your help, Scorpio. You little controlling thing. You controlling thing. You. Scorpio, you gotta learn how to release the claws. Release the grip from your life. From your children. Baby, your children want you to, they know that you love and support them, but they need you to support from the sidelines. Honey, from behind the stage, okay? Okay? I'm getting a scene of Mean Girls when the mom is just like doing the most while they're performing on stage. Like, that's you, Scorpio. If you're a Scorpio woman, you're like the mom that just never quits. Okay? You're obsessive. So I'm feeling like the third chakra is excessive and it's creating a blockage. Okay? You're obsessively overexerting your will. And you need to learn to surrender. And that God has a plan and you're a part of the plan. Right? And once you've done all you can do with that plan, you have to learn to surrender. And that creates bravery. That creates courage to say, you know what? God, I don't have it all figured out. I need your assistance. Scorpio, I need you to start saying that on the regular. God, I don't have it figured out. I need your assistance. Angels, I need your assistance. Archangel Michael, I need your assistance. Because that is only when God can show up. It's like we got free will. And God wants to know that we want his help. And we're not trying to bombard him out the way, push him out the way, block him from helping us by thinking we know better, by thinking we have a better answer. That we can shift the outcome better by putting our hand into it. And so you have to release, Scorpio, so that you can open up for a greater sense of purpose, a greater sense of identity. Yes, my identity is not wrapped up in me. I am a child of God. You see, the child part is what you get wrapped up in, Scorpio. Your capabilities as a child, you get wrapped up in. But you forget the of God part. That you still come from a oneness, a unity, a creation that is bigger than you and has seen every obstacle and every solution and don't need you to figure it out. Just need you to believe. And once you recognize that you are a child of God and you birthed a child of God, honey, that the people around you are children of God, you will start to find a connection with them too. Like we're all struggling to release control. Some way, somehow, in a different form. But it's present in everyone. And we start to create connection. We start to unify in community. And Scorpio, that's really what you want. You're so used to being by yourself, isolated. You don't recognize you're looking for a community. And Spirit wants to give you that. But first, you have to find the community with Spirit. You have to find a community with the Holy One. You have to find the community within your own divinity. And then you will start to see people come to you and understand you. So we're working on that black solar plexus that isn't excessive, okay, by surrendering, by recognizing we are children of God and that we are still part of God's oneness. Oneness is within. And when we recognize that oneness, we create this sense of identity that is bigger than we could imagine. All right, moving on. Capricorn. Oh, I've been waiting to get to Capricorn, honey. I got an answer for you, Capricorn, honey. Capricorn, you have been cutting up, honey. And that's why your instincts are all over the place. That's why you look like a cat on water. Ah, what do I do? Ah. Okay, your stability is all over the place, Capricorn, and it's mainly because you're all over the place. You're emotionally all over the place, okay? You're not trusting your instincts. And this has everything to do with your upbringing, everything to do with, you know, how your mother was when she conceived you, when you were born. You know, things were shaky in the household when you were conceived. The financial stability, let's be real, your parents could not afford your birth. They couldn't afford you. You expensive, Capricorn. You're expensive. And because of that, you have this insatiable desire, this greed to pay them back financially. Some of y'all actually paying your parents back. But I'm saying, like, metaphorically, spiritually, you're just like, you may not recognize that. You're like, your life literally is, oh, my parents could not afford me. I'm going to work and pay that back. So you're working for your entirety of your life, trying to pay back this spiritual debt. And it creates this root chakra imbalance. Okay? You're excessive in the root chakra. You're greedy. Capricorn, you're needy. You always need some money. You always need a paycheck, honey. You always need a new job, honey. You always need a client. You always need something financially. You always need some food, okay? You always need to go grocery shopping. You always in need, okay? You always need your man to pay the bill. You always need the girl to save money. Like, you're always needing things, tangible things, physical things. And it's a needy nagginess. And it starts to nag at you, Capricorn, when you're like, oh, I got to get this. I got to pay this bill. I have to do this. I have to do that. And it's a nag. And your responsibilities become weight. Annoying, right? And then your drive, your motivation comes out of survival. And now it becomes annoying showing up to work, and annoying doing, booking the client deals, and annoying. And then some of you become so obsessed with it, you start to create an enjoyment, a fulfillment from your desire of greed. But here's the thing, it never becomes capturable. You can never truly satisfy this need for money, Capricorn. You're constantly on the wheel. I gotta pay that, I gotta have that. Rent is always gonna be due, okay? And that's what you say. You be like, rent gonna be due. I gotta keep going. And you have this excessive drive of working. Oh, I skipped Sagittarius, honey. Sag, just your message too. I'm gonna label this Capricorn and Sagittarius since I remembered you. Okay, because Sag is in that energy too. Okay, Sag and Capricorn. I'm gonna link it below because both y'all reading. Okay, you're in this over obsessive drive. Sag, yours is because of your lack of wisdom. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing. You're lacking your direction in your career, and that's Sagittarius. You have a third eye blockage, and you have a base chakra blockage. Okay, it's up here and down here. You need to anoint yourself, honey. Just anoint yourself and clear out the energies. Sag, you're lacking the discernment to actually put forth the action. And so what will happen for you, Sag, is you'll get all these great ideas, but you don't know how to actually bring them into physical manifestation. And you end up being broke, okay? Or it'll come out into manifestation and it doesn't make you no money. Because it was created without spirit, and it was created out of necessity, out of survival. I gotta survive. I need to survive. Well, okay, well, you're moving in survival mode. You're not moving with spirit, though. Because moving with spirit requires faith, Sagittarius. Moving with spirit requires discernment, Sagittarius. And you don't have enough courage and self-belief, Sagittarius, and so we're struggling with that. You don't believe in your relationship with spirit, Sagittarius, and that's why you're struggling with your discernment, and that's why you're struggling with your instincts and your ability to create and generate revenue. So Capricorn and Sag, I got two different energies happening right now of why you're not solid right now, why your foundation is a little shaky. Okay, and I swear, Sag, you need to go check back in the Capricorn reading because I told you about this. I did. I know I did. But you don't be taking notes, honey. You need to take some notes. All right, and so we're gonna wrap this reading up. Capricorn, to finish with you, your instincts are not in alignment with spirit because you don't trust your surroundings. Let's get into this. Okay, we're going back to the story of your environment growing up as a household, not being able to trust your parents because they didn't have the resources that you need to really feel safe and secure. And so now in your life, you're living that out. You're being your own parent, honey. You're providing all the necessities. You're living out a trauma bond, and you're living out of PTSD, Capricorn. You got a lot of PTSD that you're dealing with, okay? And if you're living in LA, email me, honey. Email me and get you a free reading for the end of January 2025. I'm going to be doing readings for those who are affected by the LA fires. And Capricorn, I feel like some of you who are watching have been affected by that. And you're struggling with PTSD and you may not know it. And you need to email me. If this resonates with you, I'm talking to you, email me, okay? I put this specifically in here for you. So email me. You'll know what you need to do, Capricorn. And first it starts with getting out of this greediness, neediness, and recognizing that security is internal. And that everything that you have, everything you need, you already have. You just need to look around and be resourceful. And respond in the sense of fear, because that's the demon of the root chakra, which is in excessive for you. Is this fear is putting you in excess in the sense of greed. What if I don't have? What if I don't have? Okay, well, what if you don't have? Where's the wisdom in your situation of how you will get out of that? How you will elevate and triumph from that? Okay, and when we solve those problems, we recognize that neediness is just operating out of fear and out of lack of wisdom. Not knowing what to do, you start buying a bunch of things, okay? You start over preparing, you start overdoing it, okay? You start feeling extremely fearful, extremely attached to materialism. You need to release, you need to surrender so that you can understand that these things are just merely attachments. They're not you. They're not security. They don't really make you feel safe. Okay? Baby, you can have a gun in that safe, but if you can't get to it, what is it to you? All right? These things are illusions. They're just things, honey. You can have a home but still feel unstable. Okay? You can have money in your bank account and still feel cheap. Still feel poor in spirit, honey. These are things you have to recognize. It's an energy, Capricorn, that you have to operate in. And when you start to recognize that, your instincts will sharpen. Your clarity will come back and your money will stop looking crazy. Will stop looking unstable, honey. Looking goofy like you. Okay. Anyways, I love you, Capricorn. Thank you for rocking with me, guys. Make sure you're subscribed and you're following me, okay, for all this goodness. Sign up for the newsletter and have a great, great day whenever you're watching this.